Good morning, and welcome everyone. So I'm Ritesh, co-founder, CEO of BrowserStack. Along with me today, my co-founder, Nakul, and our team from Europe and India are here to probably host you for our first day-long event in London. We have been doing this for 2.5 years, but usually it's been half day or a few hours. But just because we're getting amazing traction, I think we decided this year to probably make it a full day. We are contemplating, should we convert this into probably UK's largest testing conference? Hopefully, one fine day we'll probably get there as well. So today, we're going to talk a lot about AI. And how we are, as BrowserStack, transforming testing with AI, and all the cool stuff that we have been launching for the last 12 months. So just to give you a glimpse how many cool stuff we are launching, for the first 10 years of our existence, we had 5 products. Just last 12 months alone, we have launched 8 products. We are probably like 5x our engineering team. We're really doubling down into like AI and all the tools we want to build on the testing side. So this is my favorite slide. This is how I like introducing BrowserStack. We have 50,000 customers across 130 countries. US, UK, and Europe is our probably major part of our business. We have customers across all industries and all different sizes as well. So we cater to like startups, to probably like companies of mid-size, to probably large companies with almost 1 million employees. And we are present in almost every Fortune 500 company in some small shape or probably large presence. UK and London. So as I said, UK is probably our second largest market, followed by US. London itself, we have over 3,000 customers. If you just look into probably a 5-kilometer radius from this location, I was actually looking into Google Maps, we would have almost 2,000 customers. So that's the size and scale of presence we have in London. Of all the logos that you're seeing, or the customers here, we are working with many of these customers in partnering with them in transforming their testing with probably AI and all the new products that we have been building. Apart from that, Mark did mention in the beginning, our first StackConnect was London. We got about 10 people. I still remember that. So it's close to my heart. Nakul and I make sure, no matter how many StackConnect World Tour events we are doing, we are always present in the London one. And it's been growing. The first one was 10. The last one we did, we got about 100 folks, and today probably almost close to 50 is what we are expecting. So I'll take you through the journey of BrowserStack of the last 14 years, and then what lies ahead and where we want to go. But before I quickly get into that, I want to share a nugget of my past before BrowserStack. So Nakul and I, we've been together for almost 25 years now. We tried our hands on a lot of ideas, different startups. But it was one startup back 2005. We worked on it for 3 years. It was sentiment analysis of reviews. We worked on, we used machine learning, natural language processing for 3 years. Read pretty much every research paper that was launched back then. Unfortunately, the technology was not good enough to probably use in our day-to-day life. But I wish we had deep learning and LLM 20 years back. But I can tell you with deep learning and LLM, AI is real now. There's so many industries that are going to get unlocked with AI. And the number one is probably going to be robotics. Robotics has been there for the last 40 years, but it's the AI that's probably going to play a very important role in unlocking it. So, OK, starting the BrowserStack journey. So Nakul and I, before BrowserStack, we were consulting. We were making web applications for the various companies across the globe. And there was one problem that we encountered again and again. We were on a MacBook, and testing on the Internet Explorer browser was a pain in the ass. I'm not sure how many of you know the devil old IE browser. And so we decided it's a far problem. I'm sure it will be a problem for a lot of other developers worldwide. So we just simply decided, let's actually package the IE browser inside the Chrome browser. That's it. And probably give it for free, share it to the world, and just get the feedback, how people like it or not. Took about 4 months. And to our surprise, within a week, we got over 10,000 beta users. And then quite a few of them were, hey, can we actually pay for this? We were like, hey, we would never pay for this. I don't know why these guys want to pay for it. And it was a couple of years afterwards when I realized the free tool was so bad. They thought that if they actually pay for it, they will probably get a better product. But that really validated the need of why we started, and that probably laid the foundation of starting BrowserStack. Since then, our journey began. Year one, we had 1,000 paying customers, and it was just 2 of us working out of coffee shop. After that, we just listened to our customers. They probably showed us the path of what we should build next. So they were like, hey, you're good in IE browser. Why don't you build all the browsers for us? So hence we went into cross-browser testing. After that, it was, hey, you have an amazing platform. Can I use it for automation? So we actually went into our automate products. Then came the wave for mobile devices. It took us 3.5 years of R&D to build a global, scalable mobile device infrastructure, which now we host over 30,000 devices across 21 data centers worldwide. It's from Europe to US, Australia, India. We probably have a full global coverage there. So, and I'm not sure how many of you know, like though our name says BrowserStack, most of our business at this point in time is actually mobile devices. So ideally, we should be calling ourselves Mobile Stack. And then it was about 3 years back where we decided that, hey, why just browsers and mobile in testing? Why don't we actually make an entire test platform of all amazing testing products in one place? Since then, in the last 3 years, we have gone from 5 to 21 products. And by end of next year, we plan to get to 30 products. And that probably would almost finish or complete the entire testing suite or portfolio that we would have. So ideally, we should be calling ourselves a TestStack now. And our ambition doesn't end there. We've already started dabbling and thinking about what are the next products that we should build beyond testing. So if you see at the bottom of the slides, accessibility, we started with accessibility testing. But now we have a whole suite of products around accessibility for developers, designers, compliance folks, and so on. And we'll talk a lot more about it, but that's the future. I think we want browser stack to mobile stack to test stack, and in the future, we want to become a developer stack. A quick data of how, at a scale we operate, we're bigger than the next 4 testing companies put together. I wanted to share a few of the numbers. we probably have 21. The one point I want to call out here is the global presence. I did mention we have 30,000 devices across 21 data centers, but additionally, we are hosting almost 1,000 events this year worldwide. So StackConnect is one of our series. The other one that we do are testing meetups. We are almost hosting 500 meetups worldwide. And then we are working with a lot of our customers to probably host AI and developer events within their organization as well. So I remember I was in US last month, and one customer was like, hey, I have my teams in Europe, I have my teams in India. More specifically, he was like, I have my teams in Chennai. Hey, can you probably host events for us in our offices? And we are actually doing that for them across the globe. Okay, so I want to introduce the new BrowserStack here, where we are not just browsers and mobile devices. We want to be everything that you need in testing with AI in every step. And we want to make sure that every product that we make in our platform is actually the best-in-class product. We heard you all probably 2 years back. It was in this London StackConnect, the first time we presented this. The first concern was, hey, I don't want to compromise on quality of product. I want the best-in-class product out there. So that's one of our foundational principles. The other one was we don't want to get stuck in a platform. As a developer, I want my freedom to, again, probably switch in and out if my priorities change or we think there is another better tool out there. So that probably led to our second foundational principle of testing, test platform, which is it's going to be open and flexible. So though we would have 30 products in our portfolio, if you want to use 12, you could still use 5 products, which are actually from some other vendors. And we will collaborate and work with the entire ecosystem to make sure that we are delivering the best value to you. So this is our suite of products at this point in time. We'll go through it one by one. So first, we have products primarily for your web application and mobile application. But recently, we have entered into enterprise applications as well. So we have launched Salesforce Test Automation. And our ambition is to probably launch one platform for all enterprise test automation. I'll start from the left, top left, go one by one. So live is the reason BrowserStack is what it is today. That's our marquee flagship product. Even to this date, we get over 1.2 million registrations for our live product. That's what we are known as BrowserStack. Testing toolkit is going to be the future of manual testing. We want to make sure manual testing is productive and fun. So we're actually packaging all the tools, including live, bug capture, responsive testing, to name few, into one suite of products that's going to be testing toolkit. We have 15 products right now, and we plan to add another 10. It is also going to have a lot of our AI agents as well. But it's primarily designed for manual testing. Then moving on to low-code automation. I think low-code automation products have existed for almost 10 years in testing. But it is only with AI that we believe it's actually now real, that you can use low-code automation tool and do automation at scale. We probably believe in 5 years, there may not be any need to use any automation open source platform. Playwright, Selenium, and so on, we may not have a need to use them anymore. The next one is the website scanner. We particularly launched this product for web applications which have a huge number of pages. Let's take an example, Booking.com. Probably have millions of pages on various properties, and the content keeps getting refreshed or changed. It's very difficult to keep a tab on every page out there. So that's where Website Scanner comes into picture. You can test the templates, but you cannot keep an eye on every page that you have on your website. We are seeing an amazing traction of this product, and we thought it's going to be primarily for like retail, e-commerce, but surprisingly, we are seeing a lot of traction from banks as well. Even banks, they might have thousands of pages, but they want to make sure not a single page has any errors. Each one of them is accessibility compliant. There are no broken links. There are no spell error issues, and so on. Then on the accessibility side, so as I already mentioned, we have a whole suite of accessibility. But what I would call out as really special in our accessibility suite is we are the only company that provides a full stack accessibility solution for mobile apps. Then we have a Spectra rule engine to probably help you automate accessibility to a large extent. And on top of it, we are adding AI to probably further take automation to the next level. We think the biggest problem in accessibility right now is there's a lot of manual work that needs to happen, and it's not shift left ready. And those are the two problems we want to solve in accessibility. Going on to the middle one, the center column, the automate testing, a lot of you would be familiar with it. That's our browsers and mobile devices to be used with Selenium, Playwright, Appium, and so on at scale. Visual testing, we acquired Percy right in the beginning of COVID. It's been 5 years, and it has actually grown 5-folds in 5 years with us. We have been heavily investing on Percy. Now we have visual testing for mobile apps as well. And as I said, low-code automation is one product that we believe is going to be game changer with AI. The second one is going to be visual testing. So one of the biggest roadblocks in visual testing has been false positives and manual review of differences. But if you actually look into our recent AI agent that we have launched in visual testing, it probably reduces that by 90%. And it reaches a point where the 10% doesn't matter anymore. So we dramatically reduce the false positives. And at the same time, the screenshot differences that we are doing are far more accurate with AI. I'm not sure we're going to cover the demo today, but I think downstairs, definitely, if you're keen, probably look at the demo for the AI agent in Percy. Moving on to load testing. This is our recent release, just a few months old, focusing on browser-based load testing. Definitely, we are going to probably support load testing for API and backends, but the primary reason that we are launching this product is to create an insane amount of load from our infrastructure of browsers and even mobile devices. We have a lot of customers who have come to us. How can we leverage your global mobile data center of 30,000 devices to create an insane amount of load on our mobile apps and probably test them out? Then Salesforce test automation. I already said, again, a recent launch. We want to build a whole suite of enterprise test automation. Then the custom device lab. So this has been a surprise for us. For a long period of time, we thought, hey, we can have actually, all the mobile requirements on one cloud of 30,000 devices. But then when we almost interviewed 100 customers and met 20 customers in person, we realized there were a lot of these corner cases or special devices customers had that they have to struggle to host on their own. where we almost had an entire data center and set up to host devices. So I'll take an example. If you need to use SIM cards on your mobile devices, you need custom settings or custom configuration. You probably want to host any kind of device like watches, Apple watches, Fitbits, smart TVs, or even POS devices. We recently worked with Stripe. Stripe has launched its POS device, point of sale, and they actually came to us, hey, can you host the whole device lab for us for POS devices? So we are hosting it for Stripe. And one by one, gradually, we are actually working with Stripe customers as well. So the custom device lab, pretty much like, we want to take all the hassle away from you for hosting any device internally. And we will host it for you, and you can actually integrate in your automation suites. Next one is the Test Companion. This is an alpha. We are not going to talk much about it today, but it's coming soon. Hopefully, in the next StackConnect event, this is going to be our main showstopper. I'm sure everyone knows about Cursor, Copilot. This is going to be the game changer in testing. It's only going to sit in IDE, and we are probably going to integrate all our 20 AI agents into your IDE with this Test Companion. We are doing an alpha right now with selected customers. If you're interested, please let us know. But we are probably going to have a full release the next time we see you all here. Moving on to the last column, the test management. I know most of you use test management, but we are really reinventing the test management tool. If you see, we have 20 AI agents. Almost 8 of them actually are with the test management tool. At the same time, we are integrating quality engineering insights and test reporting and analytics inside our test management tool as well. Bug capture is the recent acquisition that we have done. Bird Eats Bug. We are seeing good traction, but at the same time, instead of selling it separately, we have actually bundled it inside testing toolkit. The last two, testing of AI apps. This was a request that we have been getting for the last 12 months. That internally in our organization, we are building a lot of AI agents, AI applications. How do we test them? So we're building a whole AI development platform where evals is going to be one part of it. And the last one, are another recent acquisition of Requestly. We are getting into API testing, and hopefully in the future, an entire suite of API development products as well. I've been speaking. I'm a little tired now, but I'll open up the floor for questions. Any questions you may have on any of these products? Yeah, so the question is, how are we making sure with Test Companion, we are not hallucinating users, where AI tends to do it. So we make sure that we actually never hallucinate our customers with any AI agent. So a lot of these AI agents have been undercooking for almost 12, 18 months. So we just don't wrap them up with prompt over ChatGPT. But there's a lot of work that goes into it to make sure we have a higher accuracy, high coverage, and probably there is almost zero hallucination. So these agents have been being built over years, and then all of them are getting merged into Test Companion. So when we launch Test Companion, we'll make sure there is no hallucination. Yes?
The question is with respect to knowledge for this Test Companions works better. So would once it's been there, would that require to access to all my the repo of my automations?
Yes, it's going to be probably an add-on to your IDE. So your IDE already has access to your repo and your code anyways, basically. Yes.
So your stack looks already impressive, so congratulations for that. But what I wanted to know is this still looks a little bit from outset or from the front end side of it. Do you have anything in your roadmap where it goes little deeper than that? So very recent issue from Cloudflare, which actually sat 2 or 3 level before, below than looking at UI or even API. Do you have anything in your roadmap which actually can maybe leverage AI or automation to make sure those are those checks, the settings and the file format, those things are part of your normal automation? Is that something BrowserStack?
Which settings?
So the issue for Cloudflare, especially, it wasn't something any of this tool would have uncovered, I'm assuming. It is something which goes with the maybe monthly upgrades, stuff like that, file copying. Do you work towards maybe getting them added to your suite of solutions?
Not yet, but let me take that as a feedback. We're taking a note. As I said, we haven't completed the whole suite yet. We still are to make a lot of products next year, and that's why we are doing this. We want a lot of feedback and ideas here.
Hi, quick one regarding to the test companion. So since so many AI is integrated with that IDE, so if I ask any question to ChatGPT or Copilot, I'm getting a different response. If I am asking the same questions also. Since in this feature, you are integrating so many AI into the one, then how we will get the response?
It's going to be a chat method of probably writing code. So let me take an example. You're probably in your IDE, and you're probably like, hey, as a developer, you're probably committing a code, you're changing the UI. Then and there itself, a developer can say, hey, look, can you actually generate test cases for me of the recent UI changes that I've done? So it can generate playwright scripts out of the box, Selenium scripts. But at the same time, if you say, OK, no, I just don't want functional tests. Can you even recommend me accessibility tests? You recommend me visual tests and so on. It actually will generate all the test cases for you then and there itself.
So one more question in that one. So if I ask anything with the Copilot or ChatGPT, even though I'm asking the same question with the 2 AI agent, sometimes I got a different response.
Yes.
So since it's you mentioned like 5 AI is integrated with this feature, then how from BrowserStack you are doing that mechanism to get the response?
So there are 2 parts of it. One, AI is not deterministic right now. So whichever AI tool you're using, you probably use it again and again with the same question. It will keep answering differently. So that's just like an underlying thing with the LLMs right now. So that's all AI products are probably going to have that, not just us. But that is a reason we believe AI should be used in an assisted mode first. You probably use LLMs to get an output, but then as a human, you have to probably vet it out. Yes, it's great, and let's move forward. Yeah.
First of all, thank you for this presentation. It's really nice to see what you have developed. So my question is about AI Evals. Is it a tool that will help you evaluate AI responses to queries, evaluate the quality of responses, and could you share some more information regarding this?
Yes, we are going to do that. I'll probably connect you to my team to probably share more details on the AI with you.
Yes, please. Thank you.
It's a pretty large suite for testing the responses, for observability, and there's a lot of cool stuff in there going on. Yes. Sorry.
Hello.
Yeah.
So I've got a question again about the test companion. So I'm a bit wary about installing an add-on to the IDE because I know for a fact that they send telemetry data. A lot of these companies train on your tests and code bases. What exactly is the test companion? Is this just something that talks to your cloud, or is this some local model that you put in to your IDE, basically?
No, I would say just really think about it being a co-pilot or a cursor, but more designed for probably writing test data, test code. If you want to write Selenium scripts at scale, it can probably help you do that. You want to change your test scripts. Because the functionality changed, my tests are breaking. Can you actually go debug and fix my code, test code? It will probably do that as well.
Okay.
And we probably are not going to share the data with anyone. I think that's a principle we have across our entire testing platform. It's irrespective of Test Companion or any of our product you use, we make sure that none of the data is actually being used to train or probably even like shared with any other elements right now.
Good to know. I've also got another one before I pass the mic. You mentioned before to another member of the audience about how you are guaranteeing no hallucination and that you aren't just making a wrapper to ChatGPT.
Yes.
I'm interested to know because, like you also said, AI is very deterministic. Like hallucinations are a matter of, when, not if.
Yeah,
So
I think no one can get rid of hallucination, but before we launch an agent or a product, we work on it for almost 1 or 2 years to heavily reduce the amount of hallucination. We can't get it down to 0, but really narrow it down to a low single digit.
So does this have to do with the way you're bundling up all these agents together, or? Okay.
It's probably about how we use LLM. We probably internally call it like AI engineering, where how to best cobble together all the LLMs and probably have the whole maker and checker system in place. So when you actually use our test case generator, for example, as an AI agent, we actually call LLMs more than 20 times to probably reduce the amount of errors, improve our coverage, and reduce the amount of hallucination. So we do a lot of internal AI engineering. Yeah. We can talk more about it in my 101. So,
that's all right.
Yes.
Hello. Over here?
Yes.
Good morning. Hi there. I have a question. How is the evaluation engine, the AI evaluation engine works? Is it per project basis, or it is more of a globalized, centralized learning system, learning model?
I'm sorry, it's not a learning system. So it's basically, let's say we are building our test case generator as an AI agent. When we are building that agent, we need to make sure that it's tested on a test data. When we are launching it to our customers, we want to make sure what are the error rates customers are getting, what is the coverage in real time and observability. So we help with that. Even when you're actually building your prompts to make the AI agent, it probably helps you with the prompting as well. So it's a full stack from the beginning till the end of the entire life cycle of probably building, managing, and testing your AI agents.
But so the AI itself is not learning anything for the project?
Not here at this point in time.
Okay, thank you.
With regards to your test automation stack, I can see that you've got the Salesforce test automation as one of the functionalities. Have you thought about CRM? You'd be surprised to know within the country, the housing as a market use CRM, especially the Microsoft D365 being the precise tool, because I come from the housing association myself. You'd be surprised to see the larger market out there. What are your views to explore and probably venture into the CRM world? That's the question. Thank you.
You mean testing of CRM? Yes. So definitely. I did mention we are just barely getting started with Salesforce. But once we actually perfect the product, get a lot of customer feedback, once we are confident, we know how to probably crack enterprise app testing, we'll probably go in and actually cover as many enterprise apps as possible. And one thing I forgot to mention, Salesforce Test Automation is our first AI native product. So it's not just another probably record and play, and you probably record steps and generate scripts in Salesforce. So hence, we are probably taking our good time to make really a wonderful product there.
Hello. So I think continuing to the same question that the previous member asked, like I think in Salesforce, test automation is a tricky area because if you see the current market trends, like people prefer to go to Provar or Tosca.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to choose BrowserStack, what would be the salient features?
Yeah, I think, as I said, it's an AI native product. Uh, the moment you first time get into the product, you actually have to prompt, which is miles different from what probably like Tosca or Provar is. And we also believe the whole enterprise app test automation, not just Salesforce, is going to be completely automated with AI in the next few years. Just because the context window is very limited. Let's say when you're using Salesforce, you know that, hey, it's my CRM. I do code to cash process there, and so on. It already has its own schema of HTML and CSS. So you'll probably see a huge difference in automation and managing and maintenance of scripts when you use our product.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. So we have a lot of AI tools in the market, Gemini being one of them, yes. Playwright MCP tools, OpenAI. What is the actual distinguisher on BrowserStack that you would expect a customer to leave the AI agents that are available free in the market yes. to explore BrowserStack? Because being part of BlackRock, we explore a lot on AI. We do a lot around Gemini, Playwright MCPs, and OpenAI. So what would be the factor that somebody would move from a free tool, which is openly available, to BrowserStack?
Yes, so very good question. We probably look at AI universe in probably three parts. One, you probably have general purpose LLMs. Now that could be your OpenAIs or probably Gemini and so on. They're probably not designed to get a particular job done brilliantly well. Let's take an example, test case generation again. The best prompt you can do with Gemini or ChatGPT, you will never be able to get more than 80% accuracy. Your coverage would never be more than 60%. And we have done it endless number of times. The second solution in the AI world is to probably use open source tools. Again, same problem. They tend to be wrappers over and above LLMs. So you can only go so far with them. Whereas the third strategy is, can you probably go with the best-in-class product that is heavily invested in building AI, where you actually get the best accuracy, best coverage, and it actually integrates in your workflow. Right? So internally at BrowserStack now, we started 2 years back, hey, let's actually build AI internally, let's do all of this. Customer support was the first thing. Hey, customer support is going to vanish, it's going to be taken over by AI. So we started building it ourselves. We got 30% productivity, then we went to 40%, and then we realized we actually have 6 engineers working on it full time. And I was like, our business is not to optimize our internal customer support. Now we are actually getting rid of that, and we are actually buying a tool. We've been evaluating, again, on same principles. And one by one, for all parts of our business, we are actually going with the best tool that actually helps us deliver that productivity. Cost is always an angle, but that's usually the second or third variable. I think it's the quality of AI product is the first variable that we are looking into. And we have stopped building every AI stuff in-house now. I wish, like how Cursor or Copilot is a game changer, I wish we have something like this for every job in BrowserStack. So.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's regarding accessibility. So in our day-to-day, we use TV applications to test apps. And one of the core accessibility features is text-to-speech. That's quite manual dependent. I'm just wondering, have you found a way to automate that for mobile applications?
Yes. We have been automating that. We just launched it for mobile apps about 3 months back. And now actually we are actually taking that solution to the web applications as well. As I said, our principle is we want to automate a huge part of accessibility and bring it shift left. And probably like screen recorder automation has been a problem that we have finally cracked after investing for 12 months.
Does that involve utilizing AI? as part of that text-to-speech?
I'm sorry?
When automating it, are you using AI involved with text-to-speech, or is it just...
Not AI for that particular part, but AI is now the next generation of evolution of our accessibility products that's going to happen with AI. We are almost, just to tease in, we are almost thinking that do you even have to do accessibility testing anymore? Can you probably use AI to just probably fix the code real time to probably make sure the code in itself is accessible? So there is a lot of brainstorming we are doing internally of what is the next future and of accessibility testing looks like.
Testing's inherently quite an iterative process, and feedback from either the results of your test or performance on the site or errors that come up usually go back into the new cases that you have to write. And as you said, currently these tools don't learn. What's the roadmap looking like on building feedback into the use of these tools?
Good one. That is one of the candidates for the next year products that we want to build. So one is the feedback loop, and the other one that we are actually very seriously contemplating is test data generation. Again, we believe with AI, it can probably have a magical solution to the problem. Right? So Mark, can we have the gentleman probably ask a question here?
Thank you. For testing the whole product, if you look at the pyramid of testing, if you start with unit testing, for designing the test, it's manageable. The context that you need to test a small function is very easy. But when you go up to the pyramid, when you want to design end-to-end tests, the scenario is sometimes a little more complicated. You have to think of different steps. And if you want to involve the AI into the designing, you have to give AI an overall context of what the whole code base is all about, what the whole goal of this project is all about. And also you may need to give it some visualization, some UX design. So I want to know, how do you approach high-level tests, and how do you solve this problem?
Very good question. So when we are actually building our AI agents, they pretty much operate at a feature level. Hey, I want to make this feature. I want to change this feature. Can you probably make me more productive? But it's in Test Companion. We actually would have access to your entire code base. We know what application you are, what code have you written, and we can actually start suggesting a much larger change and recommendation of your test strategy. But at this point in time, we are fairly limited to each feature. I'm sorry, I know there are a lot more questions. You can feel free to yes, no worries.
Are there plans to make the language model open source?
So we don't have our own language models. We use all these language models. We probably use Anthropic's, Gemini, and probably OpenAI as well, all of them. And over and above them, we actually do AI engineering to build the best-in-class AI agents. So on our own, we don't have any language models.
So how are organizations that are going to have a bit more stricter policies in relation to data protection, how are they going to integrate with these AI components if we don't?
Yeah, so that's work in progress. We probably would have an AI integration where it actually will use your internal AI setup. So if you have your own LLM models hosted in-house, our agents would actually be... I'm sorry. So that's the first time I'm hearing. So let me take that as a feedback. If we were to ship an open source language model ourselves, but at this point in time, we have many customers who are probably saying we have a stricter AI policy. You have to use our own internally hosted language model. So we are doing that as well. Cool. Thank you. Thanks for listening. Please feel free to get hold of me if you want to have more questions. Thank you. Thanks a lot.